Hi, Sat Shri Akal dosto. We are live today again. Topic of today is Canada. So we are going to discuss study in Canada, the challenges facing with the international industry in Canada, and especially to talk about that, we have with us a representative, Miss Nisha Dharmwal from Algoma University in Canada. Algoma is one of the favorite university of Indian students there because it's a very good university, one, and secondly it is located near Brampton where most of our students want to go. So I'll just wait for Nisha to be live here. So I'll bring her in, and so before that we'll just discuss what are the challenges being faced by the international student industry, international education industry vis-a-vis Canada. So the students are facing the challenge of not being able to travel, but the Canadian government has taken certain steps. We'll discuss all that with Nisha is live here, so I'll just add her. So I've just added Nisha, so I'll just wait her to come. Hi, good noon, Nisha.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon.
How are you?
Good. How are you, Mr. Jagjiji? How's everything going on?
Things are fine. Things are looking up now after a bitter period of lockdown and a lot of uncertainties regarding our industry. Now the things are looking up. We're getting a lot of EIPs, and that is the topic of our discussion also now. Hope and the future.
Absolutely, because even yesterday it was very good day for me because I got so many good news from our channel partners, and we have
Right.
received 15 approvals and maybe more than that. But I got a confirmation
Right.
from our channel partners that we got EIP approval, and I'm looking forward to seeing many more students and those who are going to join Algoma University.
Right. Certainly, we are getting a lot of EIPs every day. So a lot of good news surrounding now. So the sadness is going away. The hope is coming up. Things are looking up now.
Absolutely.
So I will just request you to first introduce yourself and the university to our students.
So, hi guys, good afternoon and good morning to all of you. My name is Sadhgopal and I'm from Algoma, South Asian manager. And today I'm very excited to be a part of in live on Instagram platform. We are going to talk more about Canada, how it actually looks like. And we're going to more talk about our requirement, admission process, as well as we're going to talk about the scholarship we have for. So I would like to thanks to the entire team of Face Education and for inviting me on amazing platform for our students who are ready to go and study in Canada. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. The topic of today's talk is Algoma University, especially, and the overall situation surrounding the Canadian education. So, as most of our students are aware, but to reiterate here, Algoma is one of the most popular universities among the Punjabi students, especially, and the North Indian students, because we have a huge North Indian community in Brampton, and every other student has a chacha, mama, or any of the relatives in Brampton, so they want to go surrounding those places. Plus, it's a wonderful
Yeah, you
university.
are actually right because when I was in Brampton, right, so I've seen many students, especially from Punjab, and they have like this exciting things about that we want to go study in Canada, especially in Brampton, because we have a huge
Right.
Indian community, especially in Brampton.
So anyone who has a dream to be in Canada, settle down in Canada, still want to be close in the environment where they feel alienated, Algoma University is the place to go. So
I
I'll just
think
request you to
that's definitely I totally agree with
just students.
Mr. Jagjeet, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Am I audible to you?
Yeah. Actually, there's a lot of interruption on the internet right now, but we are good
Okay,
to go.
sorry. I'll just come a bit closer. Am I more audible now?
Yeah, absolutely. Good to go, sir.
Okay, so I'll just request you to brief about the courses availability for Indian students.
Absolutely. So, hi guys. Today I'm going to talk about Algoma University. So, Algoma University is more than 50 years old, back old university in Canada. We established in 1965. Algoma University have a huge capacity for international students. They were always recruiting a lot of international students as well as domestic students. We have a two campuses location. Our main campus located in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, one of the Northern Ontario location. And another campus, we have a Brampton campus location. But if I talk about Timmins campus, in Timmins campus, we don't recruit many more international students because we only recruiting like domestic and local students from Canada. But if I talk about studying in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, because it's not that big cities like Brampton, Toronto, Mississauga, and Vancouver, but it's a small city but huge diversity for international students and especially for new migrants, those who are looking forward to settle down over there, those who are looking forward to have a great opportunity. So I think you have a great advantage that you can go study in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. So if I talk about the population over there, it's almost 75,000 people capacity. We have a two institute in entire Sault Ste. Location. One is Algoma University, another we have Sault College. So Algoma University, almost 40,000 plus square feet is a campus we have. So you can imagine how big is the campus we have basically. Where we have amazing research, laboratory, practical labs that we have. We have on-campus accommodation benefits, great facilities for sports and gym access, and a lot of advantage for international students, especially in terms of program. Because that's what excites to our international students, because we do have a more than 100 plus program for undergrad degree and postgrad students. So if I talk about Brampton campus, because Brampton campus we have launched last year on 2019. This is one of the urban campus we have located in Brampton City. But in entire Brampton City, we are the only one exclusive university. So there is no other university exists except Algoma University. And that's what it makes us feel proud and unique about whenever we talk about Algoma University, and especially in Brampton City campus.
Right. So can you just also tell me what's the nationality mix generally at the campuses at Algoma University?
So to be honest, it's a mix. Like we have a nationality, especially in Algoma University campus. We have a more than 50% international student. But if I talk about the majority, we have a student from India and especially from Punjab. But especially in Sault Ste. Marie campus, we have a mixed community, mixed students, and different nationality. So we have a student from India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Pakistan, Bhutan, Latin America, Mexico, and many more different nationalities. So we believe in this community where students can get engaged and involved, and a lot of different possibilities, especially in Algoma University campuses located.
Right. So the students who are studying, suppose Brampton campus, are they allowed to avail facilities of the St. Mary campus also?
Absolutely.
The libraries and other facilities?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'll just give you my quick example when I was in Canada and especially in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. I had basically tremendous experience when I was in Sault Ste. Marie campus. So I understand that everything is within the 5-10 minutes walking distance, so you don't require the transportation, number one. Number two, what I have noticed that being Algoma University staff member, we giving a lot of advantage for our international students and upcoming students, those who are looking forward to work on campus. So we have undergrad research programming, student can work on and off campus, as well as we have an 85% employment rate, whether a student wants to come, because students have this mentality, because if we are studying in Northern Ontario, we might be not getting any kind of a job placements.
Correct.
But Algoma University is assuring to our international students, if you're looking forward to go and study, whether you want to work on campus and off campus, we will definitely recommend you to work or give you references on your job application. So this is kind of an assurance and positive student always looking forward to, and that's what we believe in and encouraging to our international students.
Right. So if I have what I discussed with you, उसमें से 2-3 चीजें निकलती हैं जो I want to tell our Indian students here is, okay, one, if you go to the colleges around, the seats are always limited. तो वी ऑलवेज लिसन फ्रॉम द स्टूडेंट्स के शेरिडन में सीट्स खत्म हो गए हैं जी, सेनेका में नहीं मिल रही हैं, बट एल्गोमा हैज अनलिमिटेड सॉर्ट ऑफ सीट्स, सो सीट्स का कभी इशू नहीं रहता है, एंड यू स्टिल इन द ब्रैम्पटन कैंपस.
Absolutely,
Secondly, you
sir.
go to
मैं
a
absolutely
university
इस बात
campus,
से बहुत
so
इस बात से मैं
campus
आपकी
is
बहुत
huge.
agree करती हूँ. Yeah, absolutely, sir. I
So
totally
it's
agree with your part
yeah,
because student को कहीं ना कहीं एक mindset रहता है that if we are applying for Jan intake, whether we get that decision easily or not, if the intake is closed or not, with the seat capacity. So ये कुछ circumstances होते हैं, एक mindset होता है student का कि हमें admission delay तो नहीं जाएगा, Algoma हमें university accept करेगी नहीं करेगी, institute accept करेगा. But Algoma have a huge capacity to recruit international students. So if I tell you about September intake,
right.
I mean last 2 weeks back we have closed our intake. So you can imagine that we have a huge capacity to recruit maximum international students over here.
Right. बहुत बार होता है, कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है कि स्टूडेंट्स को बताया जाता है कि सीट अवेलेबल है, दे अप्लाई फॉर द एडमिशन, एप्लीकेशन फी भी कट जाती है और उसके बाद बोलते हैं कि नहीं सीट्स फिनिश हो गई, आप नेक्स्ट इनटेक के लिए ट्राई करो, एंड यू अप्लाई अगेन. So that's not a problem. Second point I was making is a university environment is a very different sort of an exposure than a college. So you get to meet people from so many nationalities, the facilities are so abundant, and you get a different exposure in your life. So आपकी personality में वो बहुत फर्क आता है in the future. And the third most important point you told about the employability. Most of our students, presuppose they're not going to get jobs onshore about after studying in those colleges. But if Algoma University has an 85% employment record, I think that is tremendous. So the students looking, because job offer is ultimately going to be the key to get PR also. So if you don't have a job offer, you're not going to get PR. So Algoma should be a preferred destination for students wanting to study in Brampton. So thank you so much for pointing out that.
Of course, sir, because I have noticed a couple of things when I was in Canada, right? So I booked the cab, and that student he basically belongs to India. So he studied in one of the public college, but he do not have that good experience being an international student. So एक होता है ना कि आप 4 साल अपने कनाडा में स्पेंड कर चुके होते हैं, बट आपका कहीं का एक्सपीरियंस होता है कि अच्छा भी होता है, बुरा भी होता है, चैलेंजेस होते हैं, स्टूडेंट को रेगुलर क्लासेस में जाना पड़ रहा है 5 डेज. तो कहीं ना कहीं स्टूडेंट को एक माइंडसेट होता है कि मुझे जॉब भी करना है, मुझे कमाना भी है, मुझे एक्सपेंस भी अपना निकालना है. तो अगर मैं 5 डेज रेगुलर क्लासेस के लिए जाऊंगा तो मैं कैसे सर्वाइव कर पाऊंगा, राइट? सो यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी की बात की जाए, बिकॉज बीइंग अ पब्लिक लीडिंग रिसर्च यूनिवर्सिटी इन कनाडा, they are being very, very flexible. So they are being flexible in any concept in terms of class size, in terms of class schedule, whether student wants to go in morning class, afternoon or evening. क्योंकि 2-3 घंटे की क्लासेस है, हमें पता है कि हमें स्टूडेंट को वो टाइम देना है, where student can involve, engage with lot of other activities. So यही नहीं कि हमने 5 घंटे क्लास रखी है, बच्चों को जॉब नहीं करने को मिल रहा है, एक्टिविटीज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. And being a student हमें एक्सप्लोर बहुत कुछ करना होता है, because with the passage of time we need to look after what kind of a placement we can have in it.
Right. Wonderful. So since we're talking about the admissions here, so we understand most of our Indian students give IELTS as their English exam. So we have one of our students now asking, is PT acceptable as an entry requirement?
Yes, sir. So PT, as you know, that शुरू कहीं ना कहीं रहता है कि हम IELTS का एग्जाम देंगे, हमें IELTS के बेसिस में वीजा आ जाएगा. But the majority says in Canada, अगर बच्चे का PT में स्कोर काफी अच्छा है, so the chances could be really high. So initially, Algoma University accepting 63 overall PT score, but due to COVID crisis, we have cut down our requirement. So now we are accepting 60 overall, 15 each in score basically PT marks.
Right. So students, you have that clarity there that you can still apply with the PT with this overall score of 60 and individual scores of 50. So also our students want to know, are there any scholarships available with Algoma University?
That's something, sir, I'm very excited to announce about the scholarship, because मुझे ये काफी ज़्यादा excite करता है whenever I talk about scholarship, because अभी Algoma ने काफी हद तक ट्यूशन फीस कम नहीं की है, बट जिस लेवल पे Algoma यहाँ पे स्कॉलरशिप दे रही है, that student can save a lot of money. So I'll give you some details about scholarship, how student can apply. अभी जैसे हमें पता है कि 12th के स्टूडेंट्स ने रिजल्ट अपने क्लियर किए, बट कहीं ना कहीं उनको चैलेंज आता है कि हमें इंडिया में एडमिशन नहीं मिलेगा. अगर हमारी 90 नंबर परसेंटेज है, कट ऑफ आएगी तब हमें एडमिशन मिलेगा, राइट? बट कनाडा में थिंग्स आर प्रीटी मच सॉल्व. if you have even 50 to 55%, you can get an admission for any program. So यहाँ पे Algoma ने merit scholarship रखी है. So if any student have 50 to 55%, they can get an admission for any arts background program, but they cannot qualify under any scholarship. So if any student has 60 to 70% from any board like CBSE, Punjab, ICC, UK, UP, even open board schooling, right? Because आपको पता है कुछ university open board schooling को entertain नहीं करती है. But I got recently he's student that open board schooling and with 90%, उसको 5,000 की bursary.
Wonderful. So not just you can get admission, you can even get scholarships on an open board.
Absolutely, sir. So if any student have 60 to 70% in year 12, they can qualify under $500 scholarship. If any student have 70 to 80%, they can qualify for $1,000 scholarship. If any student have 80 to 90%, they can qualify for $2,200 scholarship. And if any student have 90 or above percentage, 90 to 95, plus 7 band in IELTS, they can qualify for $5,000 scholarship, which is every year Chancellor Award scholarship. So आप सोचो,
wonderful.
3 साल के 4 साल के प्रोग्राम आता है, fees $20,000 की है, so fees will be automatically deducted. जो बच्चा कॉलेज में डिप्लोमा में पे कर रहा है, वही 1 से 2 साल वो डिग्री
cheaper than a college.
Paying like $15,000.
Right, it's cheaper than a college. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So somebody getting 80%, 90% should not get dejected in India that they have been rejected by the top colleges. They should be excited to get scholarships in Canada rather.
So India में तो यही challenge है that students won't get admission easily. अगर if you have any source or anything, आपको तब जाके top university में admission मिलेगा. Like Delhi University, if I talk about it. So if you're going forward to study in DU University, Magri, like Sri Ram Ganga College, or anyway, they require 90% cutoff or even 99. But at least Canada में ये नहीं है. बच्चे 50% भी है, open board schooling की है, कुछ भी की है, they will entertain. That is not a problem at all.
Right. I every year meet so many parents who tell me my child got 92% और उसको admission नहीं मिल रहा है और वो बहुत उदास है, is feeling dejected. And I tell them, what are you doing with your kids? You should be excited they got so many marks. Send them to top universities in the world, and you see the difference of quality of education and all those quality of environment and the exposure they'll get, the personality they get out of it. So wonderful, you told me about those scholarships. So how much is the gap acceptable in Algoma universities? Somebody who's done year 12, suppose.
Something very, very exciting. So scholarship मैंने आपको बताया for undergrad student, but अभी हम postgrad student को भी scholarship दे रहे हैं. So if any student applying for any 2-year program like which is graduate certificate in project management, जैसे आपको पता है हमारा एक नया program launch हुआ है project management. Because कुछ colleges provide कर रहे हैं 1 year program, but यहाँ Algoma ने 2 साल का program launch किया है जो project management है और एक और program है which is graduate certificate in human resource management plus business management. So that means you can qualify for 3-year study permit. अगर कोई भी बच्चा in background want to go for these 2 programs, they can qualify for $6,000 scholarship. So there is no as such price.
Wonderful. So you get to do a world-class program like a project management. Project management, a wide variety of backgrounds people can do. There's so much demand of project managers these days. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to do a wonderful course like a project management, have a wonderful career and amazing scholarships. That's wonderful news for our students. Okay, thank you so much. So do you have any co-ops also program, any industrial trainings, co-op programs do you have?
Of course, sir. So जितने भी हमारे undergrad degree program है, whatever the courses we have, especially, but as I said, majority of the courses we have in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, because as I said, Brampton we have launched last year. So we have a limited courses like MBA, we have accounting, we have a computer science or psychology. We have a limited courses. But the majority of the programs we have in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario campus. So अगर हम बात करूँ, हमारे 70% courses है undergrad degree में, all the courses we have included this co-op benefit. So ये co-op 100% guaranteed co-op है, whether you want to work on campus or off campus in Ontario. So these are the paid Canadian work experience. Student can qualify to work 35 hours per week. And जो starting में wages बच्चों को मिलते हैं, which is starting from $14 to $16. So yes,
Okay.
these are the paid co-ops we have, which is offered by Algoma University, whether a student wants to go study in Brampton or Susan campus location.
Okay. So what I get out of here is that student one gets scholarships, then they go part-time 30 hours per week, and to top that they can do a 35 hours per week co-op also to earn the money. So there are a lot of earning opportunities, a lot of learning opportunities. So learning or earning दोनों हो रही है यहाँ पे. So
Absolutely
that's
correct.
wonderful. I
So
think the students should consider this. They're going to some colleges जहाँ पे सिर्फ education है, or they're paying the tuition fee. So they're getting a degree to get PR, but at Algoma University that you can really have a experience.
something very
So
side to our international students that if you're looking forward to work on campus and off campus, so make sure every student they have to do a lot of research before they start studying and applying and studying in Canada. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप
right,
without knowing the fact आप कहीं पे भी जा रहे हो, कोई भी province में जा रहे हो, state में पढ़ रहे हो, you should know that what kind of a benefits or outcome you can get it from any institute. So however,
right,
Algoma University is a great opportunity in regards of working part-time and full-time, and we have undergrad
right,
research programming. So yes, sir, undergraduate research programming, there are very limited university can offer you undergrad research programming. So Algoma
right,
University is that list of the university where student can work on campus as an assistant or as a researcher. So if you want to
right,
go and apply for these particular programs like biology, psychology, environmental science, or engineering program, they can qualify to work on campus as a researcher. So these researchers as a paid one and unpaid both we have. So these are the very learning and skills opportunity that we are offering and we are encouraging to our international students.
right. So also due to this COVID situation, a lot of our students are not being able to appear for the IELTS examination. So we get a lot of inquiries from the students कि क्या वो conditional offers के लिए अभी apply कर सकते हैं, and side by side they start preparing and appearing for the
Absolutely,
ITS. Okay,
absolutely, sir.
wonderful. So the student,
जैसे अभी आपने एक क्वेश्चन किया था that what kind of a gap Algoma University accepting. जैसे कि हमें पता है कि पंजाब जैसे लोकेशन में स्टेट में कुछ स्टूडेंट ऐसे जो पीआर के लिए फाइल कर रहे हैं, जो स्टूडेंट अभी पीआर के एप्लीकेशन का रिजल्ट का वेट कर रहे हैं, रिजल्ट्स उनके नहीं आउट हुए. सो अलगोमा यूनिवर्सिटी ने
right,
यहाँ पे कंडीशन दी है ड्यू टू दिस कोविड क्राइसिस दैट इफ एनी स्टूडेंट हैव
right,
मोर देन 10 plus gap on their education. So 10 plus gap means that but gap is not a light gap, but they have done something or the other. Like they have some sort of experience, they have a certificate, diploma. So that कोई भी बच्चों का अगर 10 plus है like example है like work experience, so they can qualify to study in Algoma University. Either it can be 10
right,
person like 15 years experience, we are good to go. So we don't have any issues on that. On top of it,
right,
Algoma University student applying for Jan 2021 intake, they can qualify to apply for conditional offer letter. So we don't require if you don't
right,
if you're missing any documents right now. So we are good to go to
right.
accept the application.
Wonderful. That's wonderful news that the students should apply and don't waste your time. Use this precious time to get the offer letter in time. Side by side, you can appear for the IELTS or any English testing, and then apply for the visa. And if I also may ask, except from IELTS and PTE, are you accepting any other English test also?
So we do accepting Duolingo, but as you know, IRCC has announced this that Duolingo not considered for any English proficiency test. So student must have to
Right,
clear the IELTS. But in the meanwhile,
right,
just a like situation, circumstances, whatever we have, so we accept PT, IELTS, TOEFL, and Duolingo test. So we require 110 score.
right. Right. This is an important message. हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स को ये मैसेज देना चाहेंगे कि कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट ने क्लैरिफाई किया है कि आईलेट्स और पीटीई के अलावा डुओलिंगो एक एक्सेप्टेबल इंग्लिश आउटकम नहीं है. सो दे शुड प्रेफर टू डू आईएल्ट्स और पीटीई, एंड डुओलिंगो अगर आपने कर लिया है तो उसके साथ आप एडमिशन कर सकते हो आप, बट यू शुड अगेन अपीयर फॉर आईएल्ट्स और पीटीई टू बी assured of the visa actually. Right. So wonderful. So we get a lot of inquiries from the students. Generally, the universities may ask for an IELTS equivalent to 6 in each section. But do you have any students having IELTS in 1 in 5.5 subscore or 2 subscores 5.5? ऐसा कुछ है आपके यहाँ?
No, sir, because sir, Algoma University have a great visa success rate, to be honest, like 90%. So we don't entertain
Right.
students who have 5.55 band in either section and they want to go for ESL program. So मैं जब कैनेडा गई थी, मैंने जब वहाँ पे फैकल्टी से बात की that do we have many more students with ESL and EAPP program? They said, Nisha, we have only 2 students जो यहाँ पे ESL program में लेंगे. So you can see we have a like less chances जहाँ पे हम स्टूडेंट को एंटरटेन करते हैं ESL प्रोग्राम के लिए बिकॉज SGS requirement says that if student have 6 overall 6 in each, they are good to go to
Right.
apply in any university. Visa success rate could be like higher. So 5.5 band, sir,
Right.
we don't accept either can require a post.
Okay. So Algoma University does not, अगर आपको कोई भी एजेंट बोल देता है कि Algoma में एडमिशन करवा दूंगा without 6 in each section, तो either he doesn't know or he's lying. So 6 in each required होगा Algoma University में, otherwise आप किसी और यूनिवर्सिटी में अप्लाई करें तो वो नॉन SDS होगा, वो SDS में नहीं आएगा. So this is also an important clarification. So can you also clarify what's the latest stance of the Canadian government regarding the visas? अभी उन्होंने AIPs issue करने शुरू किए हैं, but a lot of our students does not understand what an AIP is or how it goes from here.
So sir, as per my understanding, these जो immigrations ने अभी announce किया है due to COVID crisis, like 2 stages of the visa, because कहीं ना कहीं अब Canadian universities और Canadian government ये allow करती है जो भी student Canada travel कर रहा है या land कर रहा है या enter कर रहा है, so we need good prospective students. ये नहीं है कि we need any
Right.
random or like raw student जो आ रहा है उसकी intention कुछ और है, because उसके चक्कर से होता क्या है, कहीं ना कहीं genuine students survive करता है, right? तो
Correct.
होता क्या है, जिन बच्चों के 40% भी है उनको भी वीजा आ रहा है, जिनका 90 है उनको वीजा नहीं आ रहा, तो कहीं ना कहीं हमें एक ही डिफरेंस रखना ही पड़ेगा कि एप्लीकेशन में कहीं ना कहीं हमें डिफरेंस करना पड़ेगा. 2 स्टेज वीजा, कहीं ना कहीं बच्चे
Right.
एक्साइट हो रहे हैं कि हमें ठीक है 40% वाले बच्चों को भी वीजा आ रहा है या 50% वाले बच्चों को भी वीजा आ रहा है, 5.5 वाले को आ रहा है,
Right.
7 बैंड वाले को वीजा नहीं आ रहा है, तो हमें कहीं ना कहीं चैलेंज रखना पड़ेगा. सो students don't get excited about this AIP. कहीं ना कहीं आपको AIP excite कर रहा होगा, but make sure if your second stage get approved, then you're good to go to land in Canada, right? But second stage
Right.
भी कहीं ना कहीं आपको indication देगी कि आपको visa आएगा या नहीं आएगा. So we need to prepare in terms of academic, in terms of our English requirement, in terms of our genuine intention that we need to assure on SFP. ताकि हमारा ये intention है कि हमें पढ़ना है, जाना है. We have to look after everything. It's not something, sir, that we need to just go and without, doing all any research or homework. So ये कहीं ना कहीं
Right.
immigration ने announce किया है कि अगर 2 stages के वीजा हैं, उस stages में हम clarify करेंगे या हम shortlist करेंगे कि बच्चा यहाँ पे जो आ रहा है वो genuine है, क्या है उसका intention है, क्या उसका purpose है. तो अभी जो मैंने
Right.
AIP visas देखे हैं, उसमें से कुछ बच्चे ऐसे जिनके 5.5 में वीजा हैं, कुछ स्टूडेंट्स हैं
Right.
जिनके 7 बैंड में वीजा नहीं है. कहीं ना कहीं फिल्टरेशन होना बहुत जरूरी है. आई थिंक देन वी
Right.
कैन सॉर्ट दिस आउट.
I think that's-
कैनेडा तक जाएगा, सो वी कैन प्रमोट लाइक गुड स्टूडेंट्स ओवर हियर.
I think that's what CAC needs to clarify. थोड़ा सा I'll add here what my understanding here is कि Canadian government ने क्या बोला है कि अगर आप आज की डेट में बायोमेट्रिक्स नहीं करवा पा रहे हो ड्यू टू कोविड और मेडिकल नहीं करवा पा रहे हो तो they don't require that. What they are now promoting is कि हम आपको फर्स्ट स्टेज वीजा ग्रांट कर देंगे ताकि you are able to start your education online before the travel starts. So once the travel starts, the VFS is open, you go get your medical done, get your biometrics done, and then send your passport for stamping. Until then, you can start your education online also. Right. So thank you so much, Nisha, for clarifying. So,
आई थिंक
हाँ जी.
सर मुझे
Please go ahead.
ऐसा लगता है कि अभी जो AIP आया भी है, अभी उस चीजों में पता चलेगा कितने बच्चे सीरियस है या ऑनलाइन क्लासेस के लिए, कि आपका सिर्फ इंटेंशन
Correct.
वीजा लेना है या आपका इंटेंशन पढ़ना भी है. कि कहीं ना कहीं बच्चे एक्साइटेड है
Right.
कि हमारा वीजा तो आगे बढ़ा, हमें ऑनलाइन पढ़ना नहीं है, तो कहीं ना कहीं इमिग्रेशन
Right.
यूनिवर्सिटी फिल्टर जिनका वीजा आ चुका है, तो आप ऑनलाइन क्लासेस क्यों नहीं ले रहे हो? अगर आप जेन्युइन स्टूडेंट.
प्लस मैं इतना भी ऐड करूंगा. हाँ जी, मैं एक चीज और ऐड करूंगा. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के मार्क्स थोड़े कम रहते हैं बट दे आर गुड स्टूडेंट्स. So it's also an opportunity for them to show that they are very serious students. अगर आपका AIP आ गया है, you go log into your online classes, आप उसको अच्छा पढ़ते हैं, एक आधे यूनिट में अच्छे मार्क्स लेते हैं, तो you would be good to go. That is a good opportunity to show that you are a very serious student to study in Canada. So there's an
Right.
opportunity also in there. Right.
Exactly.
So
Absolutely.
right. So to sum it up, that we understand that Algoma is one of the top universities, most popular in Northern India, has wonderful locations that excite us, has a wonderful education environment, the infrastructure is wonderful, and the Canadian government is supportive these days to get us the EIPs, two-stage visas in the COVID crisis. You can start your classes online, and whenever, as soon as possible, we are just hoping that as soon as possible the flights start. Not just the students. I'm sure Nisha is also itching to go to Canada again once it starts. So
I am so I'm very excited.
right. So we are also excited. So whenever there will be possibility, I love to go to Algoma University and see the campus. I've been wanting to go there.
Thanks, sir. Do let us know. We're definitely looking forward to see you on the campus.
Right. Thank you so much for being here today and enlightening our students. We'll keep having these chats and have you someday again host you for these chats. Thank you so much, Nisha.
Thank you so much, sir, for inviting us and looking forward to continue the same in future. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, you have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.